What is mirepoix? Today we're gonna go over what mirepoix really is and why. These three things, they make up mirepoix. Typically, carrot, celery, onion is going to be chopped up and used as the base for pretty much anything. And then we've got what's called the Holy Trinity, which is celery, onion, bell pepper. So like the Holy Trinity is usually used for something like a gumbo and most Cajun cookings that involve like those type of darker roux. Also, these aromatics would typically be used in a stock. So I could just break these in half, toss them into my pot with like a chicken carcass or beef, whatever, and that could be used for my stock. So if I'm gonna say, give me mirepoix for stock, that's what I mean. I mean carrot, celery, onion. Very simple. If you didn't know, now you know. Now, whenever I'm peeling a carrot, for example, I like to put parchment paper, or in this case, paper towels on my board because it just makes it way quicker for cleanup. Now, when peeling the carrots, you could get a mess all over your board and then just scrape it all after, but that's just gonna waste time. And then I have to dirty extra utensils and then I gotta clean the board. And you know, I already peeled the carrot. I just take all the peelings off, throw them away or dry them out, do whatever you want with them. And look, clean board, ready to go. That's just a quick little carrot tip. And now here's a faster way to julienne a carrot. So usually you would square it off and then make a block. And I just think that's so much waste. This is something I learned from being a prep cook so long. So we would just start cutting on the bias, however thick or thin you want. And now you see it's fully lined up for us, ready to go. Now from here, I just go. And then if I want, just do like an easy little small dice. And there's a quicker way to do a small dice on a carrot. Here's another simple little prep trick I picked up with celery back in the day. If you do want to sort of like get a nicer, not nicer, but more uniform dice, it's not going to be very nice. That's why I say not nicer. We can just bang it down on the board like that. And that will sort of flatten it out. And that's why I say it's not like super nice, but it's going to flatten it out. It's going to give you more control. So it's not like all rolly and shit. And then you can cut it with a lot more control. For my onions, I always cut this part off, and since short form videos don't have enough time for explanation, it's kind of hard and people get outraged. I'm not actually cutting off the entire root. I'm just cutting off this dirty brown part. The root is still intact right there. So I cut that off, and then I'll just cut off a touch of that and then cut it in half. I remember, like I said, when I was a prep cook, I would kind of do it in a different step. I would cut it in half and then I would cut the tip off. And that's when my chef was like, dude, why are you doing this extra step? You could just cut the tip off, then cut it in half. And that is 2 extra cuts that you're not doing, which is saving more time and saving more money. What do you do with this leftover nub? You don't toss it. You could use it for stock, but you could get more out of it. You would just repeat the same process. Little swipey swipes. Same thing. See, I just got more out of that one little nub. There's our onions, celery, carrot. That's easy mirepoix that you can just have on hand and use for your meals. So this is a great way to add the foundation to your cooking. That's what mirepoix is. It's gonna add more depth, more flavor, especially when you slowly caramelize the mirepoix. I like to take my time with it. If I'm ever putting mirepoix into a dish, I'll put it into the pot at a really low heat and let it slowly sweat and break down and become translucent. It just adds way more depth to your dish. I have done a dehydrated version. Let me know if you want me to do a video on that, but that is just the tip, day 3.